what was your decision based on?
It was a love for business. Right after uni, I felt like I went to uni for school just to please my dad. Economics and statistics was never something I really liked. I found that I really liked helping businesses, and I was very good at strategy, helping, even advising businesses to do something different, to change the perspective about the business. And that became something that I found myself loving. I never knew I had that in me. And when it was time to do something more in terms of being a master, in terms of education, it was just best for me to go into business that I really loved. I never knew anything about Vancouver. Like, I did my research though, but I mean, it was not more like I had so much love for Vancouver or anything. It was, yeah, there's a good school here that I could do my master's. Why not just go give it a try? So I never had any information a lot about Vancouver, or even had like so much love for Vancouver, but it was just the best place where I got an admission to come in and study. My parents didn't have so much of that money, and it was me coming here to also work and pay part of the school fees. But in terms of tuition, no. But visa, not as easy as it is maybe now, but it was tough at that time. But I was lucky enough to get a visa and come here and study.
So you chose Vancouver because you found this university, this program?
Yeah, and it was a good program because I really wanted to do an MBA, and one of the schools that actually gave me an admission, and that's how I pursued my study.
Do you remember the day you left Nigeria?
Yes, I left Nigeria March 28th.
How was that day for you?
It was a lot of experience. It was a lot of emotions. I mean, yeah, I can remember that day just closing my eyes now. A young boy, leaving his parents and family, coming here, not knowing anybody.
How old were you then?
I was 26.
26?
Yeah.
Who did you leave behind? Your family?
Yeah, I left behind I'm the eldest out of 4 kids. So I left 3 of my siblings and my father and my mother.
I moved so many times. I lived in 6 different countries altogether, and I went to more than 40. Every time I travel, not only moving, that I travel, I feel something, a little bit of anxiety. It's very difficult to actually move somewhere and leave everything behind.
Exactly.
Burning the bridges.
Exactly. For me, it was the first time entering a plane.
Really?
I've never been in the plane before. Nigeria, it's not it's expensive to fly on the plane. If you're in Nigeria, if you fly, you have money, but we didn't have that luxury as much as.
Had you been to other countries in Africa though?
No.
Only Nigeria was everything you knew until.
Nigeria is a tough place, right? You have to have a lot of money to make those trips. And just finishing university and also leaving my parents to start life as a young bachelor after university. I had not settled down to be able to have that luxury to go out of the country.
So Ike, how much money did you have when it came?
To be honest, we raised all the money that we could to put in about $8,000 deposit for the fees, and my fees cost about $38,000 at that time. We had to make a deposit, so we all had to run around, put all the money together, and and flight was expensive. So I came here with literally nothing, probably just a couple of thousands of dollars, like maybe $1,000 or $2,000 just to hold me for a while.
And where did you live as soon as you landed here? And did you know anybody in the city?
So I had a friend who knew somebody here. So when I moved down here, I had to score to the guy. So it was part of my experience here. So, back in Nigeria, not really living like a king, but I had a whole bed to myself. But moving down here, I had to, shout out to Praise, wherever you are. If you're listening to this, I really owe that to you. He took me into his place, and regardless, I had to manage, the situation, sleeping on the floor and escorting with this guy who was giving me an opportunity to live, with him. It was just a different experience moving down here, not knowing anybody, but being introduced to somebody who welcomed me into his home.